All right, we are live. Let's see. Double check my streams, make sure everything's working. Twitch is looking good. Yep, can you hear myself? And not the music. That's good. Can't have any copyright issues. Right, and then there we go. Nice. YouTube sounds good. Cool. And then X. I am currently live on X. It's crazy. All right. What are we doing today? What are we doing? We are updating some stuff. So it's definitely a little, there's a lot going on here. A lot going on. Running the community, I'm definitely need to get better at. I think I'm gonna have to get this system to turn these streams into content to work a little bit more quickly. Yeah, been trying to do the I forgot to do a post in the community thing yesterday. That's what it was. It was like, yeah, I at least need to get in there. I've got my activities down. I didn't actually post in my community. I was going to get back to it, but I didn't end up doing that. Trying to balance a little too much probably. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Mostly like, I mean, I think I kind of covered what we're doing. So Wave is kind of the main thing at this point. I mean, that's been my goal. That's why I got a late start this morning, because I was up a little late working on the old Wave. So Wave needs, we're going to Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza? Is that how you spell that? Lollapalooza? I think that's how you spell it. To try to get some users. So I have to fix some visual bugs. And then I also have to, I'm going to change the video back. So I haven't changed video processing. Needs to use App Runner instead. So I have a system for uploading video to Wave, and it runs, it's basically just an FFmpeg service that runs right now in Lambda, and it's a little slow. I mean, even with the videos that are very small, like I have a 8-second video that I was using for testing, and it takes a long time to upload the video. So the screen sits there for a long time. So I want to see if I can get that process. I mean, I probably will do two things. We'll try to make sure that it actually loads quickly. So profile at thewavenightlife.com. So that, yeah, it'll load the video, but when you go to upload, it takes a long time. I haven't completed my profile on this one, so can't upload to the video. Can't upload the video yet. But when you're in the upload screen, it takes a long time to get there, to get the video up. So I think I'll probably put it in the background. I was gonna I need to do some testing on like TikTok again and maybe Instagram and upload some videos on there, which I mean is part of my goal here as far as build brand, build social media presence, which is going to be the video. Let's see, whatever live stream to content system, which I started looking at a little bit yesterday as well. Because it's like, oh man, I've got 2 days worth of streaming. We gotta turn that into something, and haven't done it yet. Stop being a vibe coder and write something. Nah, man, vibe coding's where it's at. Haven't you heard of this T app? It worked really well for them. They were vibe coding some good stuff. So I mean, if they can do it, I can do it. But thanks for stopping by, and that's from X. That's you're my first X comment. How about that? That's crazy. How does it even work? Are you watching on here? Don't need the audio, but I've only watched a handful. Yeah, there you go. Nice. You should. First X comment ever on my on a live stream. Goated. You the man. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be working? You have an actual job. Oh, nice. That's cool. Did it get recommended? Did it tell you that I was live? Are the algorithms working for me now? It's just missing my updates. Yeah, this is great. So yeah, that'll be part of the system as well. It's trying to nice top of the feed. That's where I want to be. That's where I should be. Yeah, waiting on a build. Classic. There you go. That's the proper excuse. Yeah, it's compiling. Can't do anything. So anyway, that was what was going on about? Oh yeah, the uploading system, which I need to switch apps. So your real job is in a holding pattern. I mean, if that doesn't sound that does sound like a real job. It's always in a holding pattern. Get paid to sit around and wait on stuff. All right. Well, that's good, man. Well, hopefully, we can hang out for a little bit. Yesterday, Molson and crew were in here. There's a few guys on here, so we'll see. There may be some activity, but I'm triple streamed. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and X, just like a pro. We're vibing, automating on all the platforms. At least 3 platforms. I think I can probably do more. I mean, we'll stick with this just for now, but the main ones, the main platforms. But yeah, so let's see. I was gonna do a quick update on my little dealy here. Oh, I got a comment. Community is doing things, but actually mostly just wanted to check my profile, make sure that I'm hitting my school activities. So yesterday was Monday, the 28th at 35. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Monday, the 28th at 35, which is above 20. So we're getting back on track. That average is getting a little low. I'm gonna have to do some work here to get this back up because the goal, like ultimate goal, is like 200, and we are far from that. A lot of work to do on that, but that's okay. We'll get there. Exactly. Yeah, I need to also go live on Insta and Facebook. Well, yeah, Facebook, and I am live on Twitch, so I got Twitch is covered. You can check that out, but not Kick. That's true. I think I don't even have a Kick. I might have picked up a Kick account when it first came out for my gaming account, but not for this. But it's not a bad idea. Maybe that's another blue ocean situation. There's lots of what do you call it? Yeah, lots of untapped market there on Kick. Automators that are looking for somebody to watch, and there's not enough automators to watch. You don't want Kick. I haven't. I mean, yeah, it's funny. I forget that Kick is a thing. I haven't been on Kick it's probably been over a year since I've even seen the website. So it's like, I guess it's still around. Hey, what's up, Ronaldo? Talks. Is it bad? Is it like it's worse? I mean, I'm not surprised. When it's like the entire environment's built off of like, hey, we like to gamble. You should give us money. So I'm not surprised. But I don't know. We'll see. I think I saw something about Asmongold getting a deal with them, so that's a pretty big deal. It's a big player to have on your platform. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure I'm gonna mess with Kick unless I don't know. Unless I find some reason to do it. But okay, so yeah, that was my first update. I want to get better at my school activities, so that's looking good. We got that covered. Getting my contributions in. Again, I don't want to like go through all the paid communities because I have a couple paids and don't want to reveal their free content. The other thing that I was going to do is nice. Let's see. Hang on a second. Got some opinions in here. Opinions up in here. How do I moderate? Alrighty. Yeah, not here for political stuff. So sorry, bud. Let's. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna. Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. It's like there's not really much of like a interface for YouTube. Like, I mean, Twitch has a pretty solid like moderation, you know, platform, I guess, like an actual like nice interface. So, but, what are you gonna do? Oh, nice. I wonder if how much they have this integrated into what's it called? So I'm streaming through StreamYard. So technically, I'm on 4 platforms. I guess we got lots of platforms going, but ban user and delete. I don't really need to ban, but just ignore it. So. All right, cool. Let's see. So I guess I was going to do a little bit of automating. I was already talking about app development. We might be doing some vibing as well. I usually vibe the automation, so we can get a 2-for-1 there. So that's probably what's going to happen. All right, man. You can get back to your real job. Have fun. But thanks for stopping by. That was cool. Thanks for being my first X interaction. So I appreciate it, and good luck with your build. All right. Back to the task at hand. So, I think I was going to look at this other system real quick, where somebody on YouTube actually was asking about turning their what do you call it? They do like, man, maybe I can find it. They want to turn their instructional videos into yeah, there we go. This guy. There we go. So he wanted to make his screen recording tutorials for a workflow where he uploads the screen recording with the voiceover and then gets a completely polished video edited, removing repetitions, filler words, bad takes, etc., with the script proofread and AI voice synced perfectly with the edited screen recording. Perfectly is a little scary. That's a lot of expectation there, but that seemed pretty possible. Mostly just because if you were to record your, actually, hang on, turn down my Spotify a little bit. I'm talking over it. If you were to record your screen recording, and then you could transcribe the full stream, the full video, so the full recording, then you have the transcript, and then you can use that to then take out the ums and ahs, and then use like 11 Labs or something to re-record based on the script and match the video. So I was trying to think about how to do that. So I want to say, please look into how it would be a great product, great video idea for you as well. Beneficial for you too, of course. Currently do this process manually. First, manually record a video with voiceover. A lot of mistakes. Then use an AI tool such as Descript. Yep. Tell of Magic, CapCut. Also, it's transcript-based editing, but only if you're able to detect mistakes as well. Yeah, detecting mistakes might be a little tricky. That's true. Also, there's a completely free open source project called Smart Media Cutter that currently uses Relax AI mistakes, bad takes, filler word detection feature. So manually do that part. Gotcha. Yeah. Depending on like how much you actually want this thing to you can't like magically get all of it, but maybe. So after cutting and transcribe the video using Whisper locally and paste scripts in 500-word chunks to ChatGPT to not lose the length of the script and proofread it. Then combine the entire script, paste it in the Google AI Studio to generate voiceover and download it. Then upload script to Adobe Podcast, make the voice more realistic. Okay. Then I take the edited screen recording, mute my original voice, replace the AI voice syncing with the recording, and then sometimes have to adjust the screen recording according to the voiceover steps, cut some parts, and increase and decrease the speed. Yeah, that's a lot. So consumes a lot of time with the high quality of the video, or video the quality is high. Check the videos on the channel. Goal is to upload raw screen recordings, let AI automate all of the above steps, and get the final recording perfectly synced with the voiceover instructions. Yeah, I mean that's what I was just thinking. It's like the syncing is going to be tough. Like trying to sync up all of that will be that'll be a challenge for sure. Where are we at? This one. Yeah, because I basically was thinking like the first part makes sense. You're basically already there, so you're gonna take the entire thing, uh, and then you were cutting out all the transcript based on editing. So, I mean, if you're cool with it taking a while, I think that'll be the biggest benefit. If you can run this system on your own, I think what you would basically do is, let's see. So AI, or I guess what was this called? This is like screen record tutorial to AI voice over edit. And I think essentially it would take the whole like transcribe full video, clean up audio. Oh wait, so then yeah, you transcribe the whole video, then based on timestamps, cut out error or cut out whatever ahs, and repeats. The repeats is going to be tough. So transcribe. So once you've got the transcription, you'd have, probably like GPT analyze transcript, identify timestamps for removal, cut mistakes from video based on timestamp, then use completed or whatever, revised, I guess, use revised transcript to record or to generate audio. And then one thing I was thinking, I guess, is like you could run this through like multiple cycles where you would then essentially do something kind of crazy where you would basically like cut. I mean, I think 4.0. I think GPT can now do video analysis, but I don't know how it does it because it's probably doing it in its like completely probability based thing where it like consumes all of the tokens. But you probably want something a little more systematic, where like you basically cut or take screenshots every few seconds and then validate if the transcript matches. So basically you're like having it revise, like edit the whole thing and see if it can understand that the current thing that's being said matches what you're talking about. And then I don't know. Yeah, that would actually be really tough. If you don't get too far into the editing, then it might be able to do something like that. As far as like get stuck in that cycle where you're like constantly like, okay, like that's not totally lining up. Let's re-record it. So basically, if you can stick to the video as much as possible and just maybe do like a like one-time pass just to make sure that it kind of lines up. So that'd be tough. That would be really tough. I was thinking I could set up something real quick to kind of get the idea going, but it'd take a lot of testing for sure. So let's see. Currently do this process manually. Record the video with a voiceover and a lot of mistakes, and then use AI tool to get the transcript with basic editing, but only a few of these are able to detect mistakes as well. Yeah, I think the problem right there is like mistakes is a little bit subjective. So like it can definitely probably catch ums and ahs. I can catch pauses and stuff. It's also a completely free open source project, Smart Media Cutter that I can use, but it lacks the AI mistakes, bad takes, filler words detection feature. So I have to manually do that part. I mean, there's probably like a library or something you could use as well that might work, but you're kind of mixing, audio cue with uh, the reading the context of this transcript, I guess. So after cutting, transcribe the video using Whisper locally, paste script in 500-word chunks to ChatGPT to not lose the length of script and proofread it. Then I combine the entire script and paste it into Google AI to generate AI voiceover. Okay, and download it. Yeah, it also is going to depend on like how much you want to pay for this stuff because like you're not going to be able. I was thinking about running stuff locally. Then you basically your only option would be DeepSeek if you didn't want to pay for all this. But if you're cool with that, otherwise, yeah, you could like if you want to stick with the browser free version, then you can. I don't know, like probably against terms of service to like paste into a browser to automate it. Like they probably don't want you to do that. They probably just want you to use the API key, which luckily like Gemini Pro is actually really cheap. Like it's $2 per million tokens. So like it's really not that bad to pay for that if you're going to use the API. And then upload script to Adobe Podcast to make the voice music more realistic. And then like that part might just be a little bit more manual. I don't know how much integration you can do with Adobe. Unless that's like a website. Is that like a standalone thing? Adobe Podcast? Like it's a browser thing? Oh, cool. Do they have an API? Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna guess no. Adobe seems to kind of lock this stuff down. Adobe PDF embed API. Yeah, probably not. Okay, so you may still have to like manually do that, which that's not so bad. I mean, the biggest thing here is that just getting the chance to clean up a lot of this process and have it happen automatically, where you're kind of basically at the end, where it's like, cool, you've already got the video, and then you manually upload it to Adobe Podcast, and then voiceover syncing with the recording. Sometimes have to adjust the screen recording to the voiceover steps. Yeah, I mean, you may still have to do that too. That's the only thing that would be kind of tough. It's been a minute since I've done AI audio, but it can be a little finicky. It sometimes doesn't always say things in the timing that you want, and then you're kind of just continually having it say it over and over and hope that you can like give it a little bit of different instructions and try to tell it to whatever slow down or pause or whatever. But it's a little tough sometimes to get it to time it correctly, to direct it. How does you can generate? Where do you generate? Oh yeah, you Gemini speech generation. Ah, nice. I haven't even tried that yet. How's that sound? I mean, it's probably like their podcast stuff. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay, I can see why you would do that. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. So might not even need 11 labs anymore. Like the uh, Gemini audio is pretty solid. That's awesome. I wonder what's the limits on that. Uh, Studio voice generator limits. Sure. Gemini API. There we go. Speech generation. Okay. Speaker can't control tone. That's nice. Generate prompt, convert audio, voice options, support languages. Okay. 32,000 tokens is pretty low. You'd have to probably do a couple sessions on that. Generation notebook. So yeah, that take a couple attempts. But yeah, then you're kind of in a tricky spot of like trying to do that. And then yeah, the video editing is going to be tough because then right, you're back to trying to connect connect the audio with the video. So basically, like if you're generating purely from scratch, where you don't have video, then usually it's easier to start with the audio because then you have the timing of all of it, and then you can generate the video to then match the audio. But in this case, like if you're doing a walkthrough, so then the video is more important. I mean, it's kind of both, but like you need to be able to have the instruction match whatever you're talking about. So now they kind of become linked up, which is tough. So yeah, I mean, you're probably still going to have to look at some like manual editing, but the process itself, like that entire process that you outlined, I think is probably pretty reasonable to be able to automate that into at least into one single flow where you know the first few steps can be done at once, where it can transcribe video and then transcribe the video and then use that transcript to then like clean it up and then kind of give you a better base transcript to then generate the audio. So yeah, I mean, definitely could give something a shot here. Try to at least get part of the process going because it definitely would be a good video to get that going. Because I kind of did something similar where I was trying to figure that out actually when I've been trying to get this whole situation to work, where I'm pulling in a video and then going through the entire transcript and then pulling out clips based on the transcript and then putting those clips back together into like a single short. Kind of the same thing where I'm only going off of the transcript. So I'm only going off of audio. I'm really kind of ignoring what the video is. And so I don't know, I don't know how relevant it is. Because half the time, like when you're doing stuff like this, like I'm just showing, in or whatever, you're not always capturing the most valuable piece of like the screen, because especially when you're coming from like a widescreen to a mobile format, because you're basically getting like a third of the screen. So so that part's tough too. Then that becomes like really subjective as far as like is what parts of the screen do I need to see based on what I'm saying. So anyway, so I guess like all that to say is that like you could, with a lot of like AI, I think like step by step basically is kind of what I was thinking, where you basically would like go through this entire loop of like I don't know, like analyze video, audio, and then we have arrows. Oh, can I do like a curvy arrow? There we go. Yeah. then or I guess you would read audio, analyze video, and then decide if they match. There we go. Basically kind of go through that cycle maybe every like 5 seconds, and then like adjust video or audio. Then go back to doing that again. Right back to like, okay, and then do all that basically every 5 seconds. And just have GPT, I think, basically like clipping the video, checking the audio, and then revising it every time. So I don't know. It could be possible. And then the ums and ahs, I guess that's gonna be tricky too. I know like there's an easy way to cut out gaps in audio. So if you're worried about that, you can do that pretty quickly. That's pretty easy. But I think with the transcript, I mean, GPT is pretty good. Like and then if you gave it the context, like it probably would be okay. So, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess I can build out a system for it real quick and see if we can get started. Do I have? What am I running right now? I don't have, okay, so I don't have local. I think I've got the there's my self-hosted. That one, is that running? It is running right now. Okay. Let's shut that down. Cool. And we'll do local init instead. Cool. And then this should then reload. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. How about that? So this is going to be AI voiceover. Almost. We almost got it. Okay. Trigger manually, of course. So then what this would do is, yeah, we would need to transcribe with, so like execute command, I guess. Then do a whisper command. I have to go find the whisper command to do that, but basically like there's probably going to be some steps before this too. So whisper with word timestamp. And then you get your transcript, and then you probably do like an OpenAI thing and say, okay, cool. Message model, like you are an audio or whatever, a video editor. Below is the transcript from a instructional video. Edit out any yeah, I guess like, yeah. Given the transcript, edit out any let's see, yeah, any filler words like ums and Oz, and clean up any clearly repeated whatever. Yeah, I guess like you said, mistakes probably. The mistakes is the one I was kind of having a hard time with because it's depending on. I guess it's pretty good. It basically can look at the entire transcript context and then decide like, oh, you repeated yourself for a couple minutes here, so we can just cut out this entire part and then bring that back in. So so that it's one clean transcript, but keep the transcript as close to the original as possible. Because you want to probably keep it similar to what you're saying. Let's see, we want the transcript to match the video. Video as closely as possible, since it's a screen recording. All right, so you do something like that, and then that would give you your transcript result. And then once you've got your transcript, then you need to get a second screen so I can see chat. So when you've got your transcript, then you would. So I guess here is actually you might do multiple steps. So instead, here you would say. I guess, yeah, that's where you have to kind of decide if you want to cut out. So just cut out the mistakes and then match the instructional video with the whatever you're saying, which I think would probably be the best way to do it. And then it'd probably be the most straightforward way to do it. So trusting that your recording is good, then you would kind of like Descript, basically, where it can identify it basically edits based on transcript. So you would do that and then re-record that transcript with AI instead. So yeah, the only thing is that I think you're back to like whatever the Descript, Tela, Submagic, CapCut, they all probably have pretty well trained libraries. So let's see. Can we find one? Is there an open source library for transcript editing similar to Descript can be used to edit a transcript, an audio transcript to remove the dots. Goal is to use something to have, I guess, GPT or some other AI model maybe handle this with a proper prompt, but a library may be helpful. Specific case. See what Perplexity can find. So is that the regular Whisper that it's trying to talk about that it's not getting? Yeah, I mean, depending on if you're willing to pay for it, I think. I mean, when I've used the GPT app itself to record audio, and it transcribes everything pretty cleanly. So that also, it may be able to look at that transcript pretty well. Generated transcript is an open source ASR model. Okay, like Whisper, WhisperX, that run a script to remove filler words or employ local learning model to edit and clean the text. AI for Barat transcript cleaning. WhisperX and LLM workflow. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I was landing in the first place. Commercial but not open source is Descript and Riverside offer automated filler word removal, but not open source. Pure open source turnkey solutions with Descript style one-click filler word removals are not yet dominant, but there are mature companies like Transcript Editor, Whisper. Is this actually it? Is this a different thing? Or is it just awkwardly? Okay, maybe. Whisper. Ah, is that it? Simple web UI, open source, self-hosted. Is just using Whisper probably. Subtitle editor. So translate your transcripts. Yep. Self-hosted. Yep. Subtitle editor. Easily edit your subtitles right in the web UI. Not really looking for a web UI, but cool. Maybe. What do we got? V4 branch. 6 months ago. All right, so fairly recent. It starts this at 2.5K. All right, that's something. Transcribe, download transcripts, translate your transcripts, powerful subtitle editor, 100% local transcription, translation, subtitle edition. Sure, uses faster Whisper. Yeah, I haven't tried that out yet. Wonder if faster Whisper, how much better it is. Roadmap. Audio recording from the browser. Insanely fast Whisper as an optional backend. Front end translation, Mongo, and Nginx. Transcription created, transcription translation, download, subtitle editor. Mostly I was just looking at the subtitle editor. I was curious to see what that does. Okay, so it's kind of like that. All right, interesting. So yeah, this would be a pretty big project. This would be a big one. So yeah, I think at this point, though, I think that's probably what the goal will be. It would be to transcribe, and then this would probably then identify so you are video editor. Whatever. I don't know if this like context stuff really matters anymore. You are an expert. It feels like outdated stuff. You are an expert video editor. Given this video transcript with timestamps, identify all the clips that need to be cut out to make the transcript cleaner. For example, remove any filler words, like ahs. Unnecessary likes, and also remove repeated words. Goal is to cut out all of the filler and mistakes. Cleanly edited video. Return all timestamps for the parts that need to be cut. So, and then like you'd say whatever, cut in JSON format. This be like, I don't know, cut one. Then it'd be, I don't want to do that actually. I guess cut one start and then 0, 0, 10 to probably want to structure that object a little better. Cut one, start, and 0, 0, 14. And then maybe do like word cutting. Something like that. Reason. There you go. Yeah. So do something like that, and then cut two. Okay. Just don't show any of it. Good deal, good deal. Cut two. Start 25 and 27. It's a very small window. There you go. Okay. So you do something like that, probably. Structure this JSON object correctly. Right, and then, so then that would give you all the clips to cut out, which is basically your Descript script-based editing. And then that'd give you like your first pass. And then after that, you would basically have to go FFmpeg all that. So what I've done in mine is that I literally just turn around and then have OpenAI do another one. Or like, okay, cool. You know, based on all the provided timestamps below, create an executable FFmpeg command to remove all of these clips from a video. And then that could be tricky. Because essentially it's always going to once you've edited one clip out, if you would if you delete that section and then move everything up, now the timestamps change again. So either you could go, yeah, might have to go one by one and cut and connect and cut and connect, which I think is what I had. I forget what there's an Adobe plugin that does that I've used. I think like Autopod or something like that. And when you watch it edit, it starts by identifying all the clips of like, okay, this is all the stuff that needs to be cut out, and then that part's quick. But then it's like, okay, now it needs to process, and then it basically has to like cut every piece out. So it cuts the little part here, and then moves the video up, and then like cuts the little part here, then moves the video up, and so it's gonna have to go through and do all of that, which is probably partly what like what's it called? Descript has already like been optimized to handle that kind of thing. So yeah, that'd be a bit of a pain. I think you'd either, I mean, you could just slowly loop through it all and just do that one at a time. Be like, okay, cut this clip out of the video and stitch it back together, and then cut this clip out of the video and then stitch it back together. So that's probably what you would end up doing. And then once that's done, then you would execute another whisper command to like recreate the transcript. So like whisper again. Then take that and then call out probably to Gemini, whatever. Yeah, call Gemini here, and that would give you your audio transcript back. Then you could just, now at that point it'd be up to you. I guess you could take the finalized video and then drop it into Adobe, and then take your finalized audio and drop that into Adobe. So then you basically just like put in, right to folder at this point, your new video and audio files, and then you can go do your editing. But I mean, that could save you a lot as far as being able to get started. It would basically take your, then you can like do your screen recording, record for however long you need to, whatever. If it's a 30-minute video, then drop it into this thing, grab the transcript, and then identify all like the mistakes, and then try to clean it all up. And then so grab all the timestamps, and then this would probably end up being like a loop or something instead. So because I don't think you could do. Maybe you can. Ignore all my millions of windows. Can FFmpeg cut multiple clips at the same time, then stitch the result back together? So our example, I wanted to cut 5 different places where the word was said in a video, and I have a single, okay, let's see. I run a single FFmpeg command that would cut out all 5 based on particular timestamps for each of the ums, and put the remaining video back together in a single execution. Would that need to be broken into separate steps? Make sure the specific timestamp for each is accurate. Context of the original video. I don't know. I think that makes sense. Yeah, too many approaches. So you'd extract the parts you want to keep as separate files using individual FFmpeg commands, and then concatenate. Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking. So first segment, you like cut it out, part one, and then stitch it all back together. Yeah. This approach is reliable, widely used, it handles audio video sync well, doesn't require re-encoding if you're careful about the format and cut points. And then, yeah, I think that's doing the same thing. This method scales to more sections, but as the number of cuts increase, the command becomes unwieldy and also typically requires re-encoding, impacting quality and speed. So, yeah, okay. Tools like lossless cut use the workflow under the hood and make it visual, making sections to remove, export the cut list, and software handles the FFmpeg scripting. Yeah, okay, so then that basically, that's what's happening here is that's what this would be doing is you would identify all of the clips and then slowly loop through each one. Be like, okay, cut this one, now cut this one, now cut this one, now cut this one. So depending on how much you need to get rid of, it could be a lot. So it might take a while. But then you would end up with your finalized video of assuming that the video matches the audio accurately in the original recording, then that would actually produce something close to what you're looking for. So, yeah, that's a start. I'll give it a shot. I don't know that I'm going to build it all on here. I'd like to, but wow, a lot of X viewers. All right. Yeah. I'll give it a shot for sure. I definitely want to try it out because I think it would be cool. It'd be a good system. And the Gemini audio is pretty good. I forgot that they could do that, so that actually sounds pretty solid. So I will definitely give that a try. That'll take a little bit of time, but yeah, very cool though. I think that'd be a fun system to build. And then just trying to think what else. That was the main one that I wanted to jump into because I think that'd be really cool. Kind of similar to what I've been doing. So there's also that benefit as well. Yeah. Then I know there's a couple other things that have been talked about that people were requesting. And so I'm going to get to that, hopefully get to those as well on here. Unfortunately, I kind of have a deadline with the app. So I got some vibing that I got to do today to make sure that we're in good shape. So like I said, for the Lollapalooza thing, I got to get the rest of the app going. It's in a pretty good spot. I think fixed some major bugs. I think there's still a little bit of issue with some of the context as far as sometimes the authorization situation's a little wonky. I logged out and logged back in and then it messed up. But luckily that's a pretty edge case where not a lot of people are going to be jumping in and out of the app, so I'm not too worried about that. But need to make sure that it works stably though. So today might be a quick one. I just want to make sure that I'm getting on here and getting some content going. Trying to make the daily stream a thing. So that's part of the goal here. But yeah, just hit the first hour mark. So there we go. Unfortunately, might not be hitting into the bigger numbers today. I don't know that I'm going to vibe code a ton today. I probably need to focus a little bit more. But yeah, I was going to say thanks for stopping by, Mr. Brady, and my other loyal viewers now that are on now. plan will be to be on the rest of the week as well. I think tomorrow, depending on the time, it might be a little bit earlier or maybe later in the afternoon. So maybe jumping around a little bit tomorrow. But Thursday, Friday should be good. Friday afternoon, probably. Maybe not quite the same time. Might be a little bit, not as early. But yeah, gonna plan to stream the rest of the week, and we'll get on here and automate some stuff. So yeah, that was kind of a fun walkthrough to based on this guy's idea. So thank you, TechBricks, for your comment. We'll definitely see what we can get going, and lots more things to automate. So a lot of work to do for sure. Next week definitely we'll be getting back into it a little bit more. So this week's a little bit hectic with the deadline, but yeah. Just want to say thanks everybody for coming and checking it out. Appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to contact me on all of these like socials. Hey, Conductor, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bad timing, I guess. Bad timing. I was gonna go jump off and do some other stuff, but thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, got some vibing to do. So focused vibing, unfortunately, not as much public vibing today. I think just with the deadline and everything, we got to prepare for Lollapalooza. So this is serious stuff. So got to get it going. But yeah, thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.